because it looked good, just because they look good and they look more healthier and they look like they're on a better frequency and a better level and better intentions. Nah, guys, that was not the fucking case, bro. They gang stalked the hell out of me too. My uncle Damon, he gang stalked the hell out of me. He made it seem like I had to get a government job and all that. Like, he just basically was trying so hard to get me away from myself, yo. You know? So I had to leave that motherfucker like the second day. I only stayed there for like 2-3 days and I had to get the fuck from there. And that's when my dad went crazy. My dad's on the phone with me. Why didn't you just come? This is what the gang stalkers and demons will do to you. Why didn't you call? Why did you not come see me? Why did you not come to my house first? Or why did you not come live with me instead of trying to live with your Auntie Vicky, Auntie Angie, Uncle Damon and all them? Why did you not come live with me? This is what my dad said on the phone. Like, he's trying to basically drain my energy and make me feel guilty. This is all spirits that will hop inside of vessels to try to make you feel less of yourself, bro. You know? To lower your frequency. Everything, anything out here is just frequency and energy. And he wanted to lower it. I'm like, what? What do you mean, why did I not come live with you, dude? I reached out for help. I asked you if I could live with you. What do you mean? He couldn't even give me a straight answer. All he did right there was try to say other things to throw at me to make us argue on the phone. And I fell for the trick. I fell for the bait. I'm arguing with him on the phone, so now I'm draining my energy. I'm not feeling good anymore, whoop-de-woo, because I'm arguing with him, trying to explain myself to him when I don't got to explain shit, and neither do you. You don't got to explain nothing to nobody out here. Walk in your purpose. Walk in your path, man. Because so many people will try to take you away from yourself. After I left Georgia, after I left their house, it came down to one more thing. What was the last thing that I had? I couldn't fuck with my moms and my grandma. I couldn't fuck with my dad. I couldn't fuck with my auntie Vicky and my grandma and all them on this side of the family. So what was the last thing I had, bro? The last thing I had was my goddamn self. And boy, I tell you, when I started depending on myself, nigga, life got so much better. From here on out, life has just been so much better for me.
I'm in a new dimension, nigga, do not come near. I transmute the energy if it ain't healing. Gain stock cause these demons be fearing me. I am the sun, so they mad, I see clearly. I told that little girl, don't come near me. I don't gotta talk, they feel on my energy. Call me Vegeta, nigga, I be charged up. Super Saiyan, so you know they don't fuck with me. Carbonated in my blood, crazy cause I feel this shit in my gut. Every time I hit the streets, they like...
Yo, peace reflections. How are y'all feeling? Grand rising, grand afternoon, and grand evening. It's your boy SkrillaD signing in with a video, man. And in this video, guys, honestly, I want to dive deep. On my channel, I always, like, these last few months, I've really been talking about narcissists, energy vampires, and all that type of thing, the demons and all that. And I kind of, as I've been transitioning and evolving and ascending on my spiritual journey and physical, mental, all that, right? As I've been doing that, I'm just at a rate where I'm like, you know, I would like to go ahead and end that. And I don't mean fully end it. Like, I'm always going to be giving you guys information and knowledge, right? But I want to, like, stop being so quick to talk about the energy and entertaining the vampires, you know? Because as I tell you guys, whatever you focus on, that's what's that's going to keep growing in your life, right? So it's like, you know, I just want to transition. I want to now continue to give you guys knowledge and information of the different things that I run into in this matrix. So it's like, you know, that all being said, like I said, you know, I would like to give you guys a lot of more information and knowledge that I gain, because I'm going to be gaining so much different more knowledge now that I'm throwing this narcissist stuff to the side, you know. I feel like I put out so much content about it that all you guys got to do is just go back on my previous videos if you are in a situation of narcissist abuse, right? So this video here is basically going to be my how can I say it, my exit, I guess. And like I say, guys, I will still talk about narcissists and demons and all that here and there. It's just not going to be like every video. I'm not going to be talking about the energies of different people out here and all this and that. Like, at this point in time, like, a lot of you guys know what I'm talking, what's taking place with these low vibrational spirits and entities. But it's time for us to ascend and talk about, you know, more higher vibrational things. Like I said, it's duality. It's always good. It's just, if it's good, it's bad. If it's bad, it's good. You know, it's time for us to now embrace the high vibrational thoughts and statements, you know. So this video in particular, I want to give you guys one last video where I go in depth and focus on narcissists. And in this video, I'm basically going to tell you guys my story, my situation, right? And this is not for everybody. Like, if you're still here watching this, that's wonderful. If you're not, that's wonderful. You know, I salute the ones that come on my channel and watch to gain knowledge and information so that they can ascend and that they can better their lives. And I also salute the ones that actually come here and they're here for the knowledge to better their life, but they're also here for me. You know, they're also here because they are interested in my life. They actually are interested in the things that I have to say about my life and me, right? So I applaud all of you guys. I love all of you guys. All right. So if you're still here watching this video, that's great. Continue to tune in. And if you're not, have a wonderful grand rising. You know what I'm saying? It's much love to all of you. Okay. Now, guys, my story is basically this, and I'm not gonna go in full on depth, like depth, but I'm gonna just, you know, because I don't want the video to be a whole hour long. Like, I could talk about my situation for so long, for days, bro. You know what I'm saying? But that being said, here it is, guys. I woke up in 2020, right? Before 2020, I was in a toxic relationship with my ex-girlfriend. You know, we both were doing crazy things. I wasn't a full-on man yet. I wasn't fully conscious with myself, you know, and she wasn't fully conscious with herself, nor was she a full-on woman, nor, and I'm not going to say that she was vibing low or anything like that, because I can't, who am I to judge when I was also doing things, you know what I'm saying? Who am I to say that she was out to get me? I'm not going to say that. Do I believe it's possible? Yes, but I'm not going to just say that. Because it could have just literally just been me and her just not seeing eye to eye due to the fact that I wasn't a full man yet. So I still had insecurities and this and that I wasn't working on within myself because I wasn't conscious. And she had insecurities and this and that she was working on that she just wasn't aware of at the time because she wasn't conscious. Right? Now, guys, boom, I'm done with her. Then 2020 hits. We're at June, going into July and all that. I'm watching all these videos about, you know, holding your sexual energy and, you know, spirituality and being a chosen one and this and that, you know, and I was just gaining all this knowledge and information randomly. Like, something in me was, after I got done with that girl, something in me was just like, made me wanted to seek knowledge, be that nerd, right? And a lot of people have, I've watched a lot of videos and a lot of people have said that I think they said what 2019 or 2020 was the year that something happened to where it activated a lot of us. You know, basically brought us out of this state of funk to where we didn't want to be go-getters, motivation, you know, where we didn't want to basically go out to seek knowledge and better ourselves. And that makes sense because I actually started waking up, like I said, in 2020. So that actually makes sense if that's true. That, you know, they say like December 21st, 2020 or something like that is when the Great Awakening started or something. And I feel like I was a part of that. Because I promise you guys, making these videos like this and tapping into spirituality and all that, it wasn't my thing at first. This was never my thing. All my life, I've always been that open-minded person where I'm like, whoa, I wonder if this would happen, and ghosts and spirits and all that. But I'm saying I never actually, you know, was a YouTube creator and talked about this stuff and confidence and knowing about sexual energy and really diving deep. I really didn't trust what I was feeling like when I was younger, right? So anyways, guys, fast forward. Okay, 2020, I'm awake. I'm starting to wake up. I'm starting to gain all this knowledge and information. And it's like, that's when I started warring. It's like right when I started gaining knowledge and started finding out who I am, myself, you know, that's when I had to start going through so much spiritual warfare. You know, I've been going through spiritual warfare all my life. If you're a chosen one watching this video, then you know that we never get a break. We go through trial and error all our life. It's like we get the harder life than the average human being out here, right? And it's like it's constantly. It's like right when we finally defeat this demon and get past this level, now we got to go through this. Something else pops up. You know, that's our life for the chosen one. So, you know, I was dealing with that. But it's like right when I gained this knowledge and information into 2020, that's when the spiritual warfare was more intense, right? Let me say this, guys. 2020, when I woke up, I had such a feeling of blissfulness. Like, as I kept gaining knowledge and information, finding out that, you know, I like figuring out how to look people in the eye and when I talk to them, figuring out how to not have fear, figuring out how to talk to a female and not feel nervous, figuring out how to be confident and stand my own ground and stand up for myself and say no to people when they try to pressure me into things that I don't want to do. Because these are all things, guys, that I used to struggle with before I gained this knowledge, right? Before I gained this information, I used to struggle with these things at younger ages. So it's like when I finally gained this information and all this knowledge, I just had so much blissfulness in me. I was very creative. You know what I'm saying? Very creative being. I started getting more in my creative state because I finally fell back from all the fear that I had in me, right? That I was programmed to have in me, right? And so I'll say 2020 going into 2021 was my blissful awakening, the good awakening part. You know, I was enjoying life, bro. Everything was happening for me, bro. I was in the vortex manifestation. And I tell you, bro, like literally I was in my mind, bro, like anything I thought about was coming for me, bro. If I needed this or money or this or that or the third, or if I wanted this or that, or I wanted somebody to text back at a certain time or this or that, they were doing everything. My life, I had full on control of my life, bro. Right? And it's like universe allowed me to see a certain side of it. Allowed me to see that end of the tunnel, that light. The universe allowed me to go into the heaven gates fully. Like I was fully in the fifth dimension, right? And this is, like I say, 2020 and 2021. So as time's proceeding, I'm continuing, my vibrations continue to increase. I'm tapping into this and that. I'm figuring out, okay, this is what I want to do in life. This is my vision. I want to do this to help out humanity as a whole. I want to do this. I want to do that, the third, the this and that. I was on a mission, bro. And I'm still on that mission. You know, I really tapped into my journey, right? I really tapped into my journey into what I wanted to see happen in my life, right? So, okay, boom. This is when trial and error started to pop up a tad bit. But with this trial and error, I still was maneuvering, still having fun. I still felt happy within, right? Okay, so everything was great, but I'm still trying to manifest money, right? Money was coming. Money was one of the things that I had to go through. That was a big problem for me, right? A big opposition for me, because although I gained all this knowledge and information on things, and I was even gaining knowledge and information on money here and there, but it's like something was just stopping me. I think it was just part of my destiny that I wasn't supposed to get my money breakthrough until I went through my dark night of the soul, right? And dark night of the soul, that's where we get into the going to towards the end of 2021, going into 2022, all the way up to now, right? Dark night of the soul. It's like basically everything switched. So in 2020, going into 2021, I felt so good, gained all this information and knowledge. I felt light as a feather, bro. I was so confident I would do anything I wanted to do, bro. No cares, right? And I'm still on that level, right? But understand that I started facing opposition, right? People in the household that I was living with, my mother and my grandmother, they were vibing on a low vibration. And due to the fact that they were vibing on a low vibration, dark and light cannot be around the same, cannot be an area in the same environment for much long before, destruction takes place, right? And let's just put it like this. They were doing a lot of things to me to try to attack me in the spirit realm. Like the way that they would speak to me about certain things. I'm not saying they were ever disrespectful to me. No. The things that they would say to me, it's like, I know they were trying to drop my confidence down. But the knowledge and information that I gained from my awakening in 2020 going into 2021, that allowed me to know, like, the way my mom and my grandma are talking to me, and not even just them. My dad over the phone, my brothers, my sisters, just people in general. Like, the warfare I was dealing with, it was really all like, it's so many different ways to look at it, because it's like you can say that that's them attacking you, but you can also say you're attacking yourself, because it's about how you perceive what they're saying to you and how you respond to it, right? So, okay, guys. It then came to a point where it's like, okay, I got through that. That was nothing to me, because I was so happy within myself that I knew, like, okay, I can get maneuver around this. This is just words, But then, then what ends up happening? One of the main things I wanted to do, right, due to the fact that I know that being around low vibrational entities will drain your energy and all that, I knew I had to escape, right? So my vision and my plan initially was to move away from my mother and grandmother, so that when I move away from them and have my own spot, I knew that would set me in a vibration where I'm like, woo, I now can do whatever I want and feel how I want. Wake up feeling great, wake up feeling everything without no energy draining me. All right, and I can continue to raise the frequency of the planet and step in my purpose and vision and walk in my journey, right? That was my plan initially. I got so far, bro. I got so far. I put together this and that, the third, all my, preparations of how I'm going to do this. I was in the manifestation zone, the vortex, meaning manifestation is going to happen quick. Whatever I need to happen is going to happen quick. So I manifested my own apartment. I literally manifested this. Like, I used my mind to make things happen for me fastly, at a fast rate. And they really happened for me how I wanted it to happen, right? Because I was so tapped in from my spiritual awakening. So 2021, September, I ended up getting my apartment, right? I get the apartment. I'm like, woo, wonderful. I'm in the vortex zone. I got me an apartment. And what was I thinking? I was like, okay, my money problems is going to go away because the reason why my money problems is blocking me right now is only the fact that I'm probably living with them, in that, you know, my mind is not fully expanded to, and my body's not fully cleared out to where I can manifest money to come to me, and I can unblock any blockages for money due to the fact that I'm now away from these low vibrational entities. You see what I'm saying? Because being around that, some of y'all probably might take it and think like, what does he mean, bro? If you just stay in your room and don't be around them, then that's fine. I tried that, guys. I tried to stay, like, keep my distance and not be around them too much and this and that. And that doesn't mean I don't talk to my mother and my grandmother ever. No, never. But when they're on that gang stalking, when they're moving out of the devil, when the devil is controlling them, you know, I kept my distance away from them. And I thought initially that would work. But I realized that no, that doesn't matter, bro. Even when you go to sleep, you know, they can send attacks towards you. When I tried to, like, maneuver around all that, living in a house with them like that, it wasn't working, bro. I still kept feeling drained. When I would go to sleep, sometimes it was hard for me to, like, not sleep, but, like, I don't know, bro. Like, sometimes it was hard for me to go to sleep. Sometimes, I feel like I was having weird dreams sometimes. And sometimes when I would try to meditate on my bed like I normally meditate, it just wasn't kicking in right, bro. And then sometimes when I would finally get a good meditation rush in or something like that, here come them coming, like, my door's closed, right, in my room, but they know that they can't come in my room. The devil knows that it can't make their bodies come in my room and affect me like that, because that would make them look very crazy. So instead, the devil will make them come right by my room to the laundromat and start messing with stuff, making all this noise, and, you know, just things to try to deter me from my purpose, from my focus, right? Not to mention, they were playing the game of making me feel sorry for them, you know, just little different things, man. And it's like, I really had to understand that, like, nah, bro, like, just like Rashad Jamal said, bro, like, you have to be in your own space. You have to be in your own energy, or you have to be with another high vibrational energy. If you're vibing high, you see what I'm saying to you? You're not supposed to be, you know, around all these low vibrational entities. And it kicked into my head. I didn't realize this at first. Like, you know, like I said, I just woke up in 2020. So I had to realize that, you know, this is my family. I love them, but I've spiritually grown past them, right? And I love them and I want to help them so bad. I went through a stage of trying to be Superman for them so much. But I realized they were not really dedicated and determined like I am. So, you know, it's like, if you want to help your family raise their frequency, you got to first help yourself. And I had to realize that, right? So this is why, guys, I initially made the plan of moving, getting my apartment, right? And this is why I manifested my apartment, okay? I get me an apartment and I'm like, oh, snap. I got my apartment bet. I can continue to keep pushing forward and moving forward with my mission and my grind and my purpose and this and that, the third. What ends up happening, guys, is I get my apartment. I'm happy, bro. My vibration was way higher again. It went back to being high and happy and all this and that. You know, I have visions. I wrote down more visions and creativity things that I want to do and that I'm still going to present to you guys and this and that. And I'm like, it's one thing though that's got me at a slight fear. It was only one thing. I defeated all the other things. I got away from the narcs. I got away from my mom, my grandma. I'm already away from my dad and all them. Like, I can deal with y'all over the phone, right? And if I can't deal with y'all over the phone, I know how to just not talk to y'all. And you know what I'm saying? But So I defeated all that. I got away from the bad energies, right? Well, at least I thought I did. It was still something that I needed, or that I thought I needed, because I don't really need it. All I need is myself. But I thought, like, in order for me to achieve my goals and my missions and continue to walk in my vision, I'm like, okay, boom. Everything's good. I'm at this apartment, but how am I going to pay rent next month? You know what I'm saying? How am I going to keep this apartment? Not only keep this apartment, but also use my money to you know, go here, go there. Have food for myself, which I don't be eating a lot anyways, so that's not nothing. But I'm just saying, though, to do this, do that, to contribute money towards my business and my services, this and that, the third. You know what I'm saying? I was starting to go crazy, because I stayed there for like 2, 3, 4 months until eventually it was time for me to go. And you know, I tried so much. It's like all forces were against me. All all bad entities were against me, but everything happens for you, right? So long story short, I end up leaving that apartment, and I'm not at that apartment no more because they declined me for the application and this and that. I didn't want to work a job, bro. At the time, I wasn't trying to work no job, because I know when you have a mindset of working a job, you put yourself on a frequency of you're blocking money from you when you're working a job. You're making it seem like that's the only way and your only source of income, and you're depending on it. You're not supposed to depend on nothing but yourself, but the inner being in you. All right, so it's like I was starting to go crazy then. My vibration was lowering because I'm like, damn, bro, I was so close to the finish line. And then this happens. I got to now go back to my grandma's house. And they wanted me to so much. Like, as I was at my apartment, they kept acting like they missed me and this and that, the third. No, that was the devil telling me that. Right? You know, that was the gang stalking. That was them trying to make me come back on a lower vibe, you know. And, you know, it ended up happening. I ended up having to come back initially come to December, right before 2021 or 2022. And guys, I tell you, when I had to go back to that apartment and I had to get back to working a job and this and that, the third, it's like my whole vibration started to decrease, and that's when I was going through my dark night of the soul, right? So, dark night of the soul, guys, the whole 2022. All right, this is where we get in depth about the narcs and the demons and all this and that, right? The whole 2022. I was being tested. I was being tested with my strength. I was being stress tested with my faith, with my inner knowing. Universe was just testing me. That's what the dark night of the soul is. The universe is just testing you, because everything's always going to work out for us, bro. You're always going to be good, but the universe will test you to see if you're worthy to step into this power, into this anointing. So I was going through stuff, being back at the house, you know, their energy, bro, on a spiritual level, their energy was just draining the hell out of me, bro. Little things that they were doing was just affecting me so deeply. It was because my mind was not in the right place. This was not in the right place. So much stuff was not in the right place. But guys, this didn't happen right when I got back into their house. This happened as months kept proceeding. I went back into their house with a mindset of righteousness. You know, a mindset of I'm going to defeat whatever is trying to bring me down. I'm still going to maneuver. I still had a plan. I still said, okay, I'm going to be back here living with them, but I still know how I'm going to maneuver around this. Everything's going to be fine just for me. But it's like, due to the fact that I adapted and I adjusted the way I was looking at things and looking at that situation, due to the fact that I did that, it's like the universe, it's like certain things had to still come and attack me in the spirit realm. It's like spiritual warfare was just very crazy. You know, it was my mom's, it was my grandma. You know, they were just doing a lot of things behind closed doors. Guys, you know, trying to demasculate my masculinity and all this type of stuff, right? But it's like, it then comes down to, okay, boom, I finally got out. I finally got out at the end of 2022. So I went through a whole year of 2022 of spiritual warfare, you know, and it's like, here I am now. I don't live with them anymore, you know, and it's just like, damn, guys. Basically, guys, I realized I learned a lot, though. I learned a lot through what I went through. You know what I'm saying? I learned a lot from what I went through. I learned that, like, it's all about how you perceive things. So it's like, if I was to ever go through anything that I went through in 2022 again, it's like I would be prepared to perceive it differently now. It's like I went through everything I went through for a reason. It was supposed to happen for me. You see what I'm saying? And I understood all this, you know, after the fact. That's just how it goes sometimes, guys. You're not going to see everything right then and there while it's happening to you. You know what I'm saying? Everything just came down to, like, it's like basically this, guys. This is what I wanted to basically explain with all that. It's like basically everything I was trying to do was just like, no. You can't go that way. Nope, you can't go that way. Nope, you can't go that way. It's like it was blockages everywhere I was trying to go and you know, do things, make things happen. You know what I'm saying? It's like nothing wanted to allow me to prevail. But that's only because things were happening in my favor. I wasn't realizing this so at the time. All right. So I say all that to say, like, any of you guys that ever have been through some, like, narcissist abuse, like gang stalking to its max, mother treating you very good one day, and then the other day, in one season, and then in another season, your mother treating you like horrible, like she doesn't even, like, you're not even her child. You know, family members switching up on you. You know, I have a father, and you know, I love my father, bro. I do. Entirely. I still love him, even due to the fact that the stuff he's done to me. You know, I love him. The thing with my father is this, though, guys. Like, I had, like, such a long, like, all my life, bro, me and my father have been good. Like, it never was anything about, like, of course, here and there as I was younger, like, it was times that I had to have talks from him and stuff like that. You know, like, but other than that, it was never really no issues with my father. But also, I haven't really lived with my father. I've been living with my mother and grandmother all my life, damn near, until 2020, right at the end of 2022, I just finally escaped. So, I say all that to say, throughout this whole spiritual awakening I've been going through, I met my dad. I mean, I've been talking to my dad about it over the phone. You know, I'm always talking to him about it, thinking that he's on that same frequency and mind as me. You know, I've thought that my father was, like, vibing with me, vibing high like me. You know, I thought he really felt me. But you guys got to understand, and this is something you guys should take notes to. It will be people that try to come in your life and try to pretend like they are spiritual, pretend like they are chosen, pretend that, you know, like, the first thing, when I talked to my dad on the phone one time, when I was getting hip to all this information and knowledge, I told him, I was like, do you know about the chosen one? You know, he was like, I'm the chosen one. At that time, I was so vibing high that I let it go. I let that comment go, but I could tell from his energy right then and there that he was saying it out of a cocky, out of a arrogant type way. You know, like, he don't really think he knew I'm the chosen one. He knows I'm the chosen one. So he tried to act like he's the chosen one. And from that moment on, I was like, I chilled, though. I said, I'm not gonna be judgmental. I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. He says he's the chosen one. I'm gonna believe it. So, you know, I try to talk to him about this and that, the third. And he knows how to actually fakely channel with you and talk to you about these things on a certain rate. But it was certain things that I could tell that he was lying. I could tell that he wasn't fully tapped in with certain things because of the way he was maneuvering. You can talk a lot, but how are you maneuvering? Right? How are you maneuvering? What action are you putting out? Right? You can fake the energy a lot, but what actions are you taking in this physical? Right? So, long story short, guys, like, as I'm getting ready to leave, it's like through the whole time of me going through things with my mom and my grandma, he was there. I was talking to him on the phone, and he was always saying things like, hey, you know, da da da. He was always on my side. Right? He always understood me. He always parted with me, and really he only parted on my side because he knew that in the spiritual realm, I'm the one winning. So he knew he had to fake and act like he was on my side for a temporary time, right? But what ends up then happening was, right when I'm getting ready to leave their house, you know, I need a way to get out of here. You know, basically what happened, guys, is their gang stalking, my grandmother and my mother's gang stalking, got so bad at the end of 2022 to where it was to a point to where I needed to get out of here. I knew I needed to get out of here. So I went to weigh my options. I gave people the benefit of the doubt. You know, I tell my dad, yo, I'm trying to go live with you. On top of that, my brothers is over there. My sisters is over there. It's an opportunity for me to be around my brothers and sisters and actually, you know, raise their frequency because they're on a different energy type level. I know that I could raise their vibration as well as my father's. You know, he would see that all this stuff I've been talking on the net ain't been cap. He would see that all this stuff I've been talking, I'm really taking action with it. You know, but it's like he was scared. He didn't want me to come over there because he knew that when I got over there, my energy was going to overrule his. And sometimes, guys, you have to just accept that. But he's too much in his ego to accept that he's like 40 something years old and I'm only 24, about to be 25, and that I was going to be the one calling the shots on a spiritual type level. Ain't nobody saying that I was going to take away your manlyhood or nothing like that, my dude. You're my father in this in this realm here. But, you know, it's like he knew that if I went to live with him, then something was going to go, you know, I was going to basically people were going to get exposed. Any of the lies that he had going towards my brother and my other brother and my sister over there was going to get exposed. He knows that. Same with my mother and grandmother. The way that they were acting and maneuvering while I was living with them, it was in a way of they knew that if they allowed me to keep raising my vibration and being who I was being and focus on my craft, that they were going to get exposed. Right? So bottom line, man, I'm telling my dad, I'm trying to get to you. I'm trying to get out there with woo. I finally tell him that. You know, and it's crazy because my dad always was telling me, come live with me, man. Come live with me. Come live with me. And I was in my ego when I was younger. So I didn't want to live with him. I was scared. I was scared of change. But now I'm actually bossing up, manning up. I'm ready to go change. I'm ready for change. But he wasn't ready for change. Tables turned. Right? So, okay, boom. He kind of like BS's with me and says, oh, okay, son, well, I'll hit you. I'll let you know. We'll go from there. He ain't never let me know nothing. He ain't never gave me no response to my reach out. Hey, can I come live with you? Like, it's like when you're being abused and this and that, you got to call for help, right? They say call for help. Whether you're getting beat on by your husband or your wife, or whether you're in a situation with two gang stalkers like my mother and grandmother where you just need to get out. I'm calling for help. I'm trying to get to see my dad and live with my dad. I know this is going to help out people over there too. It's going to help out a lot of things. He kind of bullshits on me. He says, oh, okay, we'll talk about it. He never gets back to me to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? And he just you know that energy that people give you when they kind of want you to like call them and hey, can I come live with, like, they want you to, like, basically need them. He was doing the same thing that my mom and my grandmother were doing here. My mother and my grandmother were moving on the energy, or not even really. My mother was like, okay, put it this way. My grandmother was moving on the energy of dependency. She wants me to depend on her. My mother, on the other hand, she wasn't moving on dependency. She was moving she was like that extra distractor. It's like I'm already dealing with warfare with my grandmother, you know, and then over here with my mother, she's just an extra distractor, doing things to try to get me out of my mind, doing things to try to deter me from my vibration, knocking on the door. Oh, you can't be making music. You can't be singing that loud in the house. I'm taking nature walks, walking down the street. You know, my house right here. I'm all the way down here. I get in the house. My mom telling me, "Hey, well, I can hear you all down the street. You need to not you need to not be doing that. You need to not be singing that loud outside before the police come. Somebody call the police." You know, warfare, bro. All this type of stuff is warfare. You got to understand, all this type of stuff is spell, is witchcraft, and all that other witchy ish. This is stuff I was dealing with, and it was just getting more and more intense as time kept proceeding. It was draining my energy, y'all. It was taken away from me, bro. Away from my peace and my joy. You know, I'm a guy that don't really want a lot of things, man. I just want my peace, my joy, man, and myself. I want myself. And they were taking me from myself, bro. On an energetically spiritual level. Right? So here comes my dad. He wanted me to depend on him. He wanted me to be asking him for this and that and third. He wanted me to step out of my vibration as well. You know, and it's just crazy because it's like he gang stalked me at the end. My dad never ever did any of that gang stalking BS to me until right when the final. It's like the devil never jumped in my dad's vessel at an intense rate until it was the really time. Until it was like really time for him to. It's like he waited. He got all the answers from me. Every time we talking on the phone, I'm talking to him about high vibrations and this and that. I'm giving him all this knowledge and information. And he was just writing it down. He was like, oh, this is how Dawayntay moves. This is, oh, let me write this down. He was just gaining all my shit. Not all my ish, because I was smart. I still wasn't giving him everything, because I know that people do things like that. You get me? But it's like, bottom line, guys, it came down to the point to where, you know, right when it came to where, okay, I'm trying to leave out, he not letting me leave out, so I'm like, okay, how else I'm gonna leave out? I had no other way. I left out my damn self. You know, like, I packed my stuff and I left. Right? And as I left, I was supposed to get an apartment or whatever. I applied for this apartment to get, and as I applied for that apartment, they denied me. I applied for another apartment. Guess why they denied me, guys? They denied me due to the fact that on my history of apartments, this is the only reason they denied me. I got a tour of the apartment and everything. I'm like thinking I'm about to get in there. But they denied me because when they check my previous history of apartments, they see that apartment that I had back in 2021 that I wasn't able to keep due to the fact that I was lacking financial money. Right? So it's like, boom, boom. I finally get out of the house or whatever. I get rejected for this apartment. So I'm like, what am I going to do now? I said, I'm going to try one more thing before I be on my BS, on my real bullshit. I said, I'm going to try one more thing before I really start moving out here on my own. I tried this because I was still in my head. I still wasn't fully at myself. You got to understand, they were draining energy from me, so I wasn't fully tapped into myself anymore. I was here and there, but I was still, yeah. So I said, let me go check on my folks out Georgia, out Atlanta, Georgia. 9-hour drive. I'm that nigga though that's gonna drive anywhere, bro. I wanted to get away. I've been in VA for motherfucking however long, dude. All my life, bro. I want to see other things. I've been trying to travel, go to Cali, here, there, the third, you know, but things was stopping me, right? So I'm like, let me go take this trip out ATL, bro. I got the funds to do it. I got, let me see what they got going on. I go out ATL, and the first place I go when I get out ATL is not their house. My aunt, my uncle, and my cousins live over there. And my grandma also live out there. One of my grandmas that's very holy. She's always like, she's a Christian. She's very into God and all that. And I don't agree. Me and her don't see eye to eye on a godly, Christian, Holy Bible level. Because I know that energy and vibration I'm not no religious dude. But her energy, she's very spiritual, and she doesn't even know it. You see what I'm saying? Put it that way. So and that's my dad's mother. All right. So, it's like, I get out ATL, and the first place I go is not to their house, though. I'm like, let me go ahead and maneuver out here and chill for a second, do my thing out here, and relax out here for a second. Finally get away and do what I want to do out here for a second, because I'm away, right? I do that. But then what ends up happening is, I'm like, okay, let me go holler at them. They right down the street. I go holler at them. Everything going good, woo-de-woo. They end up gang stalking me too. And I'm thinking, this is a side of the family that's like way more better than the side of the family. Not better, but they're on a way higher vibration than this side of the family. My mom, my grandma, folks, come to find out, these people over here, just because it looked good, just because they look good and they look more healthier and they look like they're on a better frequency and a better level and better intentions. Nah, guys, that was not the fucking case, bro. They gang stalked the hell out of me too. My uncle Damon, he gang stalked the hell out of me. He made it seem like I had to get a government job and all that. Like, he just basically was trying so hard to get me away from myself, yo. So I had to leave that motherfucker like the second day. I only stayed there for like 2-3 days, and I had to get the fuck from there. And that's when my dad went crazy. My dad's on the phone with me. Why didn't you just come? This is what the gang stalkers and demons will do to you. Why didn't you call? Why did you not come see me? Why did you not come to my house first? Or why did you not come live with me instead of trying to live with your Auntie Vicky, Auntie Angie, Uncle Damon, and all them? Why did you not come live with me? This is what my dad's saying on the phone. Like, he's trying to basically drain my energy and make me feel guilty. This is all spirits that will hop inside of vessels to try to make you feel less of yourself, bro. To lower your frequency. Everything, anything out here is just frequency and energy. And he wanted to lower it. I'm like, what? What do you mean, why did I not come live with you, dude? I reached out for help. I asked you if I could live with you. What do you mean? He couldn't even give me a straight answer. All he did right there was try to say other things to throw at me to make us argue on the phone. And I fell for the trick. I fell for the bait. I'm arguing with him on the phone, so now I'm draining my energy. I'm not feeling good anymore, whoop-de-woo, because I'm arguing with him, trying to explain myself to him when I don't got to explain shit, and neither do you. You don't got to explain nothing to nobody out here. Walk in your purpose. Walk in your path, man. Because so many people will try to take you away from yourself. After I left Georgia, after I left their house, it came down to one more thing. What was the last thing that I had? I couldn't fuck with my moms and my grandma. I couldn't fuck with my dad. I couldn't fuck with my auntie Vicky and my grandma and all them on this side of the family. So what was the last thing I had, bro? The last thing I had was my goddamn self. And boy, I tell you, when I started depending on myself, nigga, life got so much better. From here on out, life has just been so much better for me. Am I living in my car? Yes, I'm living in my car. But life is better, bro. Opportunity is out the tail for me, bro. I'm seeing things on the way. I'm in heaven, bro. I made it in heaven in here already, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I make this video to let you guys know, bro. Don't listen to your parents. Don't listen to your Your people's around you. Get away. Get out as soon as you can. Get out as soon as you can. If you can get out sooner than I got out, get out. I was getting so many signs in my spirit telling me to leave way sooner than what I left, bro. Even when I got back in their house after getting my apartment and then coming back, something was telling me I needed to get out again. But I wasn't listening to it. So I went through a whole dark night of the soul. But I went through that for a reason. So I could teach you guys. Right? Get out. When you depend on yourself, the universe is going to bring you situations and things that allow you to feel good within yourself, that allow you to get by. Don't be scared of what am I going to do? What's going to happen if I go on my own? Don't do that, man. Forget that. Throw fear out the window. Throw it out the window. It's not going to serve you. This is a war out here, guys. It's love versus fear. Which one are you going to do? All right. Now, my story gets very deeper and in depth in the things that they were doing to me and the ways that people were playing with me. It gets very deeper and in depth. But like I said, this video is probably already damn near an hour long. So I just want to, give y'all small bits, the little bits of that I could give y'all right there. But my advice to anybody watching this video, I don't care how old you are. Follow you, bro. Follow your gut. Do what makes you happy. That does not mean to not be consistent and to not be moral. That does not mean to not stand on righteousness. That does not mean that. But it does mean to just don't listen to nobody out here, bro. Listen to yourself. Follow your heart. Listen to your heart. Alright? It's your boy SkrillaD signing out. I hope y'all ain't fall asleep during the video. I'm going to catch y'all in the next one, man. Tap the links down below. And I'm going to see y'all in the next one. I'm gone. Love.